Hi guys, so today I'm going to be showing you my revision tips, how to take notes, things like that. And I did upload this and it nearly got 1,000 views, but I really wasn't happy with the way it turned out. I wanted to, but I just thought it would be so much easier if it was all compacted in one big video. And I'm sorry if you don't like listening to long videos, just skip on a bit if you want to. So I really better get started. So the first thing we're going to be talking about is organisation, thing that's been mentioned like 50 billion gazillion times, and this is a file effects, and you can get any diaries wherever you go. I really like the ones in Paper Chase. If I didn't have this, then I'd have the one in Paper Chase. Just get like a yearly planner diary so you can write in your homework. But yeah, I find this really helpful. And then another thing I like to do to keep organised is having dividers. So I'm going to use my biology folder as an example. I probably should have sorted this out before I did this video. So I have these tabs. So I have homework and BY2 because they are the two main things. BY2 is the topic I'm studying right now. So let's just go over to BY2. And as you can see, here are all my notes. There we go. Right. So these are all my notes. A lot of notes when you're in A-level. Bear in mind this is just from... Oh my gosh, this is just from February. Blimey now, I write a lot. But yeah, it just separates all this stuff and it helps it really like a lot to revise. So I like having a lot of dividers. You can buy that, I think they're like £1 to £2 from Tesco's, and you get like I think 10 dividers. So the next thing is making sure that you have everything you would ever need. So to start off with, pencil case. Don't just carry a random pen around with you, have a pencil case. And I know people will just say, oh, pencil cases are for like year 7s. No, you can have them at college, and I think everyone at college has a pencil case. So don't think that you're being childish by having a pencil case, because it's really not. It saves you a lot of hassle. Highlighters are a must for me because I need to highlight a load of stuff for further reading, and it also helps when I go to revise, so I can highlight things that I'm less like confident on. And I have rubbers, I have colouring pencils, I have colouring felt tips, I have spare pens, and then I have my main fountain pen. Always, I mean always carry around replacements with you, because I've done it. I was writing with my fountain pen, it runs out of ink, go to get some, and I realised that all of my cartridges are empty, and I'm like, crap. Have loads of pens, like loads of pens. If you write in biros, get a whole pack of biros, put them in your pencil case, keep them there. Now we're going to go on to like top tips for succeeding in school. So my first top tip is to do your homework. I can't emphasise this enough, and put it this way, if you do your homework now, then you won't have to do it when you go and get a good job. You won't have to do homework ever again. It's crazy how quickly things can pile on top of you. I've had several breakdowns over college because of my work, so I'm just saying. So my second tip for succeeding is to revise, and you've probably been told this all by your teachers, by your parents, by anyone you ever come into contact with. Revise. Now, I don't like revising. I don't think anyone has ever woken up in the morning and gone, woo, let's go revise, because no one does that, but you need to. My third tip for succeeding in school is don't have any distractions, because distractions just lead to procrastinating, and then you've wasted 4 hours looking at cat videos on YouTube, and you should have been doing your homework and revising. And then there's them 4 hours you can't get back unless you stay up all night and pull an all-nighter, which you shouldn't do. What I actually did was my iPad, when I only did this for a little while, but in that little while I managed to do quite a lot of revision, which was kind of impressive. I think I did like 8 hours. I gave my iPad to my brother and I typed in my passcode and I said, change it, Luke. And he was like, what? I was like, change my passcode. So he put it in, and then I turned my iPhone off, I turned my iPad off, no distractions, nothing. And the computer downstairs takes forever to boot up, so it's so much effort to go on Facebook. I was just like, well, I might as well just revise then. And I managed to do 8 hours, so it really does work. I mean, I didn't stick at it for long because I needed to email my girls, well not emails, I needed to message my girls from sociology and ask them about questions, because I needed some help and I had mocks coming up. My fourth tip is to get an early night's sleep every night. So it depends how late your body's used to going to bed. My body, I am literally like the kind of person who can't really stay up all night. I'm normally an early riser and early person who goes to bed. So I think on college days I go to bed about 10ish. On holidays probably about 11ish. But that's early for me. The only time I will ever be able to stay up to like 12 or 1 o'clock in the morning is if I go to a party and I've been drinking. So you know, it's just so good to have an early night, because did you know that if you're sleeping your brain can retain information you've learned from that day, which means you get smarter while you sleep. I think you guys should just go to bed now. So my fifth tip is to eat healthy. Now I'm probably the world's worst person to be saying this, because I don't really eat healthy loads of the time, but I do try to. But obviously you're going to have some days where you just want a McDonald's and you turn out to have like 2 a day. If you eat healthy, it gives your brain so much nutrients and goodness to retain information, which is what you need. So things like eggs, salmon, any like oily fish, things like that, they're packed full of omega-3, and that goes to your brain and it keeps it really healthy. So if you have a healthy brain, you'll be able to remember so much more. Also water, stay hydrated. Now I don't really like drinking anything but water. That was my dad, sorry. I don't like drinking anything but water, just because I find that it just makes you feel so refreshed, and I don't know, I always feel like heavy when I drink other things. I will drink like fizzy drinks when I go out for a meal with my friends, but when I'm at home it's just water. We don't actually have any squash really in the house. So yeah, water is so good for you, and be sure around your exam time to be getting at least 8 glasses a day, which is what you should be having each day anyway. But if you do it around your exam time, then you should feel a bit more refreshed and get into that exam feeling good. In your exams, always have a bottle of water, and I know that most exam boards want you to take the wrapper off, so in case you cheat, but if they do, just take in a clear water bottle, big one, because it will just, if you're getting stressed, just take a sip of water, calm down, and then carry on. Next, we're going to go on to the topic of note-taking. Now, if you chatted to any of the girls in sociology, they would know that my handwriting goes absolutely atrocious in lessons. If my teacher actually is just like, oh yeah, well, you just write down this, I'm there like, ah! My notes are like so scruffy. If anyone wanted to copy my notes, they'd have better luck copying off a fish, to be honest. My main tips for note taking is, if you're like me and you have really scruffy handwriting when you're trying to write down really, really fast, I would write scrawny, it's fine, as long as you can understand it, it's all good. And then when it comes to wanting to revise, rewrite your notes out really neat, and then that will just like recap the information into your brain, so you're revising at the same time of getting really good notes. Now for revision tips. Now, I can't fully tell you how to revise because it's your own personal way, but I can tell you what's worked for me in the past and what I sort of do now. So the first thing I did for GCSE was summary sheets. Now I do this for A-levels as well, but not in the same way. In GCSE, for some reason, I liked rainbow colours. Don't ask me why, but I would go through my revision book from like front cover to back cover, and I'd write it in order, but when I got to a new topic I'd change colour. So when I put it into a little summary sheet booklet, it would go red, orange, yellow, green, or light green, dark blue, light blue, purple, pink, and then black, and then back to red. I don't know why, but I find that really helps, and it's just sort of a way for your brain to remember the colour and sort of retain information, which is also a really, really good way. Now, the second thing is mind maps. Now, mind maps are really good, especially if you do subjects like psychology, where you can put a branch off for like an aim of a study, participants of a study. things like that. So if you have a subject where there's lots of areas around one topic, you can do that, and all you need to do is just draw a thin branch and put a name on it, and then just write little facts. It only can be like, you can write big sentences if you can remember like that, but I like to just write little notes and things like that. Another good way is revision cards. Now, with revision cards, I know it's kind of hard at GCSE considering you do so many subjects, but definitely at A-levels you can separate them into colours. So I do green for biology, blue for health and social, pink for sociology, and yellow for psychology. And what I do is I grab the flashcard and get a highlighter and just outline the border, so when I see that colour I know what subject I'm going to be learning, and that just sort of switches my brain to switch off from one subject and go straight into another. And it may seem weird to some of you, but that's definitely how I learn. Also guys, I forgot to remember, because we're just about to film in different things, my tripod's all weird now, but tabs. So this is my biology book, and as you can see there's a range of colours in here. I think I got it from Staples, and it's like this big like sticky note thing, and it's got these little bookmark tabs. They come in green, orange, yellow and pink. So what I did with my biology book is I went through the topic I'm doing at the moment, BY2, and I just waited till I get to say, I got to this bit. This is the heart and the cardiovascular system. So I looked at this, and if I thought, right, I can recall information from this, then I will put a green, because I can remember it all, so I don't need to revise that topic as much. Majority of it, but I can understand the basis. Then I'd put an orange, because it's sort of like I need to revise it, but it's urgent, but it's not as urgent as the red ones. Then if I sort of knew it, sort of didn't, then I'd put a yellow, so I need to revise it or have a quick look over it, but I don't need to go so in depth. And I just did that with my whole of my biology book, and I'm going to go and get some more tabs soon to do it with my other books, but that really helped me. I mean, look at all of that. Another thing that is really good is past papers. Now, you should know what exam board you are in, especially around this time, considering that I'm pretty sure nearly everyone is coming up to do exams. But if you don't, ask your teachers and they will tell you. Another good way is to have study group. You'll know what subjects you are good at. If you're getting good grades all around the dot, then you don't need to revise for that subject as much. I mean, I know things can change on the exam day, but I would focus all of your time and energy into the subjects that you think that you're not going to do as well on. And that's another thing. If you do a load of revision in your class and you feel like you're doing enough for that subject, don't push yourself. If you push yourself too far, you're going to get in that exam and your mind's going to blank and you'll be like, I don't know a thing. And then you're going to panic, then you're not going to do well. So just try and stay calm and don't push yourself over the limit. And then also keep your room tidy. And you're probably thinking, what? We were on about revision, why are we keeping our room tidy? If your room is tidy and you can see where your notes are and see where your revision things are, then you're more likely to be able to pick that up and be like, oh, I can do this, and you're not going to have many distractions. And my biggest tip, I think, is to make to-do lists. And now some people will just be like, oh, they don't help me. It is so satisfying to tick stuff off that list. I'm telling you now, you will feel like you've accomplished so much more if you do a tick list. I'd say set yourself 5 or more tasks a day, and also when you revise you need to have breaks. I'm telling you now, have a break, because if you have little breaks then your brain will be able to absorb the information that you just learnt so much easier. Also, I'm not sure if this works, and I probably can't try it considering that I have braces at the moment, but when I get them off I'm going to try it. If you chew a different flavour gum for a certain subject, then and you chew the same in the exam, I'm not sure what exam policies have at college. I don't know whether you're allowed to chew gum in there, but if you are, certainly try it out. I'm sure it can't hurt. Now obviously all of these tips will not work for all of you because everyone is different, they revise in different ways, they like to organise themselves differently, but I just hope that these tips will give you more insight into, you know, things. So, you know, comment down below what you think, and if there's anything you need me to recap or like anything else like school related, then comment down below and I'll do it in the summer holidays, ready for you to go back in September. So, or August if you're in America, I think that's right. So yeah, so comment down below whatever you want to see, school related, beauty related, hair related, you know, anything, and I will try and do it. And remember to subscribe up above and like this video, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye!